No Coke? Oh no. Okay, let me get some apple juice.
Oh, that's scary as fuck. Oh, Cream, I don't like it. It sounds I don't know are there.
Bad earlier. Like, it was really bad. Everybody was getting into like a heated argument about the Eve shit. And like, I don't know. Dean really had this point that like, he really had this point that if they're doing dodo, they shouldn't shoot like the civilians or something like that. I don't know. He was just like dead set on this point, and we all were like arguing with him.
With Dean.
And then he's like, yeah, Dean. And he's trying to like prove this point so hard. And he's like basically calling Ved a grinder. Like he just started going off on Ved, like saying that he doesn't talk to anybody, that he needs to do more socializing because all he does is like grind and stuff like that. It was really, really weird. I was so shocked that that shit was like going down. I was like, Dean, that's actually really mean. Like, you can't say shit like that. Like, that's mean. That's your gang member. Like, he was saying shit. And I was really thinking, I was like, Dean would not be acting this way if you were there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was really acting out. He was.
No, I get that vibe as well sometimes. I just get the vibe that.
Oh, no.
Like sometimes he must. I feel like he does it just to make my life a misery. I don't know. Like I wake up and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I spoke to this person and I said this, and I'm like, so you said the wrong thing.
Literally everything happens when you're gone. Like whenever you're around, it's like he's a saint, and then you leave, and then he starts acting like a kid again. Yeah, I don't know. It was crazy. He started saying that like Ved doesn't have a car and shit. Like he was saying that Ved does all this grinding and he still doesn't have a car. He was just like going in for the jugular. And then they just started going after each other. They were like, oh, Ved started talking about the bench. He was like, oh, well, I don't have a bench, so it's not like I can just go make shit and get money. Like it started, it was going down,
downhill.
bitch.
Okay,
it was going down, bitch. Like I was so shocked. And Patar just went, y'all, this doesn't feel like family no more. And I was just like, no, like we can't fall apart. Like this can't be happening.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like I just think we're at a really weird point. And I'm trying to put my fingers on it and work out what to do. But at the same time, I'm also sick as fuck, so I don't know what the fuck to do. And it doesn't help that I'm now going to disappear for a couple of days. But still.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think that that will help because we need to like learn how to function without you as like hard as that sounds.
Kind of, like, so weirdly, right? You know, when I was being a bit of a dickhead and chatting to all these girls, I was slightly hoping that would happen in that time. And I came back and was on focus mode and I tried to get everyone to focus up a little bit, which actually kind of happened. People got their cars and shit. And now
why the fuck you lying?
We're at a weird point.
Why you always lying?
Where people are trying to work out like
stop
it's almost like I don't know, people are not sure what their identity is right now. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Adam always says, are we a gang or are we a family? Like, and even Alan from NBC asked me like, do you want the gang to be like feared or loved?
It really is.
And what would you answer that question with?
Honestly, I would rather be loved than feared.
Yeah, so my answer, right, was I'd rather be loved to the point to a line, right? There'd be a line where you know that if you cross a certain line with us, then we're feared, but primarily loved, right? I think that's our place in the city anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. I don't know.
I think we have that in a way, but we don't at the same time.
I don't know. It's so difficult because like I feel like the thing is that to me it's like, oh, okay, well, you're gonna be gone, so we can stop relying on you so much and be a little bit more independent for a little bit, figure out what we're gonna do in our own little worlds. But like it doesn't end up actually being that way. Like when you left, we all were like, oh my God, we're gonna be so independent. He's gonna be gone. We have the OGs, they're in charge. Nobody fucking listened to them. You were gone, and fucking a CG war started. Like it was a mess. It was a mess. okay? And everyone was like, oh my God, this is gonna be our moment. We're gonna grow up, but it never ended up happening. And I feel like that's the problem with a lot of the ideas as well, is we have these ideas, but we can't really like get it going. I don't know. I feel like I don't want you to think that I'm like coming to you with this for like brownie points, but honestly, like I feel like you should know that this is going on because first of all, you weren't there, but also like you're the leader and like you should know that this shit is happening. I'm not coming to you and being like, oh, fix it, because it happened and they got to fix it in their own. Like that's their beef. And even if you get in the middle of it, they're still gonna have beef if they don't, you know, handle it themselves. But,
yeah, I think people like took what I said the wrong way at times.
Literally. Yeah.
See where I said like don't come to me with any problems ever? Doesn't mean like if you have a problem with the gang or you have an issue or to the point of like you're gonna, I don't know, like if you have an issue of how you feel in the gang and how it's running, then you should still come to me as an issue with me directly, right? It's a problem you have with me and what's going on in the gang. Like if it's a gang issue, then you come to me. My point is more, I don't want every fucking problem that exists to go through me. Like I don't need to approve every single thing that exists.
Tango down.
Obviously there's certain things that I do need to approve and certain things that I do need to say yes and no to or give my thoughts on. Likewise, Dean should have come to me before speaking to Cerberus. And to be fair, me and him spoke last night about this stuff, so I don't understand how he's just gone to Cerberus and spouted a bunch of random shit that isn't even like the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the thing is that it's just like petty drama like this, right? If I came to you and I asked you to stop it, that would be a different thing. But I'm just telling you, like, this is what's going on. This is what we need to handle. And like, I'm not telling you to solve it because
well, how do you think it gets solved?
Solve it. They need to just sort it out with themselves because clearly Dean and Ved, because clearly they have like Dean has some sort of feelings for like Ved and Adam as well because he called both of them pussies. So clearly he has a problem with both of them and they just need to like sort that out.
Adam called Ved and Dean pussies.
No. Dean called Adam and Ved pussy.
Right.
Like pussies, both of them. So I was like, okay, there's a lot going on. And simply because of like the whole entire Dodo shit, because they shot the Sibs, he was like, oh, well, they're pussies for that. And I was like,
but Dean would shoot. I don't understand. Dean has
Dean
and will shoot
stopping
someone.
Dodo workers during the CG war.
Dean has and will shoot people for less. And I said it, pardon the meme, but you have shot for less.
Yeah, he's just being a hypocrite. It's hypocrisy, honestly. But I don't know. I respect Dean a lot, and like I'm starting because I mean like we even agreed on some shit the other day. Like we were actually doing really good, and I want you to understand that I'm not here because I don't like Dean. Like I'm actually starting to fuck with Dean a little bit more. But that really just it wasn't cool to me at least, and I just think that it's something that we need to sort out because not everything should just be like brushed under because it's gonna come up eventually if we don't handle it now. So I don't know.
Which I guess is happening now anyway, because that's why Dean said
it's just all coming out. It's just all coming out because we've just held it in and held it in and held it in and held it in. Like it's gonna come out eventually. And I feel like it's been brewing since like the CG war, maybe even since the BBMC war.
Since then.
Maybe even. But yeah, I don't know.
I think people need shit to do.
It's not that.
No, because if you're doing shit, you don't think about everything else that's going on in your life. But if you stand around fucking doing nothing, then you're gonna start like problems start happening, arising, right?
I don't think it's necessarily that because I feel like everybody has been in their own little lanes, right? Everybody has their stuff that's going on, and we're all working on self-improvement right now, and it's just like our own little goals because I think it's more of just like
because that's also a bad thing because we're going in separate directions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes that's going to happen regardless, right? Like the gang can't all move at the same time in the same place going to do the same thing because people who are more like quiet to do business stuff, people who are going to be more on like gang shit, someone who's more into like high stuff and like robbing banks and shit.
Yeah.
Something with a race, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
People like their own shit.
Exactly. So everybody's just like going down their own path right now. I feel like it's just, I don't know. This is just all a huge like rocky path. Like we're gonna get past it eventually, but like right now it's just really, really rough because everybody is just like I don't know. It's a mess. I think that this is just like the pivotal moment in a gang where it's like make or
It's a
break.
big growing pain, yeah.
It's like make or break. But yeah, I don't know. We need a goal. We need more structure, meaning like a set radio channel, which I'm gonna bring up in like the meeting. I have a lot of ideas
Let's just
on
see
how to
down
like
here.
make it better. I don't know. I think about it a lot. I care about the gang a lot.
Got me talking to the break